So we worked out the depreciation for vehicles. We must now do the calculation for the cost and accumulated at the end of the year. To do that, we can use a formula, and that formula for the cost, it is the cost at the beginning, which was 1,080,000, plus whatever cost we had for any additions, which is null, minus the cost of any item sold, which is also null. So in this case, the cost is still 1,080,000. I didn't get any new or sell any of it, so I must still have all of it left, 1,080,000. With depreciation, let's just write down the depreciation. It is accumulated depreciation. It is the balance at the beginning. Balance at the beginning plus the depreciation for the year. For the year minus accumulated depreciation for the item sold. And that gives me balance at the end. So that is basically a formula we're going to use. So the balance at the beginning for accumulated depreciation was 920,000. 920,000. The depreciation for the year was 159,999. I've got to add that to the balance at the beginning. And if I had any items that I sold, I must now deduct whatever accumulated depreciation there was. But there were no disposals for the items sold, so I can move on and calculate the balance at the end. It's 920 plus 159,999, that was 0, and that would give me 920 plus 159,999 gives me 107,999. So that would be my balance at the end. So my balance at the end, 107,999 minus, makes it less, 1,079,999. Now if I take the 1,080,000 minus the 1,079,999, it will give me 1 rand. So my carrying value at the end is 1 rand. If I did not adjust the depreciation, I would have ended up on a negative carrying value. Now, as it cannot be worth less than 1 rand, so it cannot be worth a negative figure, it must have a positive value. So I know my vehicles is correct. With equipment, start by putting in the additions. Now, they gave me that information. The new equipment that we bought cost 100,000. So the additions is 100,000. The disposals, I need the carrying value of the disposals. Now to get the carrying value of the disposals, I must take the cost minus the accumulated depreciation for whatever I sold. And that I've got in my asset disposal. I've got my cost, and there I've got my accumulated up to the date of sales. So the difference between the 80 and the 33,930 is my carrying value. So because I'm going to do a calculation, I'll just show it there. It's the 80,000 cost minus the accumulated of 33,930, and that answer is 46,070 rand. It makes it less like depreciation. If I sell vehicles, I've got less, so I must put it in brackets. So it's 46,070. Now I'm looking for the depreciation. There's I'm going to work through three basic methods that we can use in this specific activity to get to the depreciation. The first one would be, because we only need one figure, we've got all the other figures in, we can use the formula. So let's go back to my formula of, let's get that one back. Good. So if I look at the formula that we used when we did the vehicles, let's just take the figures out of there. Good, so we said we start by putting in the balance at the beginning. The balance at the beginning for accumulated depreciation, 180,000. To that, we're going to add whatever the depreciation for the year is. Now, that is what we don't know. We must figure that out. So, we don't know what that is. So, it is still a question mark. Minus whatever the accumulated depreciation for the item sold is. Now, that I won't find on my note 3 because that is not the accumulated, that is the carrying value. So my accumulated for the item sold is on my asset disposal. It was 33,930 Rand. So I must deduct 33,930 Rand. And that will give me the balance at the end. Now that I've also got, it's 204,952. It's given on the question, on the answer sheet, so I can put it in. Now I can work back to get to the missing item, which is my depreciation for the year. So it's 204,952, then I do the opposite. I minus there, so I'm going to plus. So it's 204,952 plus 33,930, and then minus, because it's a plus there, 180,000. So if I take the 204,952 plus 33,930 minus 180,000, it will give me 58,882. So my accumulated depreciation, in brackets always, 58,882. Make sure you remember where to put brackets in, and that would then complete the note. But let's just look at some other ways I could have calculated the depreciation for the year. This note works like this. We've got a carrying value at the beginning, plus or minus any movements for the year gives me the carrying value at the end. So that 270 plus the total of this block must give me the 265. So let's look at if we try and reconstruct it. So what I'm saying is the carrying at the beginning plus or minus, I don't know, it can be either, movements gives me the carrying value at the end. So I've got a carrying value at the beginning, and that carrying value was 270,000. 270,000. The movements I cannot work out because I've